Hey, Desiree here with Soul Path Astrology and this week's Oracle card readings and Astro weather. I am Desiree. This channel is Soul Path, and we're all about using astrology, gene keys, human design, and tarot to weave together amazing ways of better knowing yourself, connecting with your gifts, and bringing them forward into the world in a way that feels aligned and empowered. All the buzzwords. I also like to drop a bunch of F bombs. I will occasionally have holy rants and basically source from my own crazy, mixed up, messy, and delightful life and bringing those forward to you as, opportunities, as warning signs or maybe as encouragement, depending on, what the case may be for you and what's going on for me. So, without further ado, let's jump into the astro weather first of all. So, this is for the week of like May 27th to about June 3rd. Um, Although we are going to speak about the new moon so this is going to launch on the 27th, but yesterday on the 26th is the new moon in Gemini. I love to speak about the moon because there is so much potency in moon energy. There's a reason why it affects the tides. The crazy loony is based on the moon. If you ask anybody who is in the public service sector, they'll absolutely tell you that the full moon, for in particular, has a dramatic effect on people. Our moon is powerful. So new moons are about new beginnings. They're like a stainless moment is a beautiful time for setting intentions. And so if you didn't do it last night, it's okay. There's energy leading up to, so 25th, and then the culmination 26th, and then today on the 27th. Still, there is this energy of setting intentions. You can enter the new moon portal as it is today as well. And so I really invite you to do that because, especially in Gemini, this new moon is like new communication. It's new ways of thinking. New moons are such a beautiful portal, a window to set intention for newness. And Gemini is close to home travel, it's siblings, it's writing, it's communicating, it's videos. So if these are like avenues that have been bubbling up for you that are being um, supercharged in some way, let this new moon energy be where you set the new tone for where you're stepping into this new way of communicating, or perhaps communicating from a new place. Maybe for you, you're really wanting to step into something that feels more genuine and more authentic and more real, especially as we live in a world that is often hard to discern what's real and what isn't. And even what we think is real, like, is it, science is starting to really offer a lot of questions about the meaning of life and reality as we know it. So, new thinking, new ideas. This is the sort of stuff that comes up in a Mercury new moon, or a Gemini new moon. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Thinking about that, let that settle. So there's our 26th. There's yesterday. Then on the 29th, Mercury goes Cazimi, which means it's conjunct the sun. So the sun is passing right over the same degree that Mercury is sitting on. This is like, this is the stuff, you guys. When it goes Cazimi, it's lit up, it's extra charged. Sometimes it can short circuit, right? So mind your communication, but really to take the time at the beginning of this week to become really clear about what you want to begin to speak to, about what you stand for, about what new ideas might be coming up, maybe that you want to collaborate with others, because that can really be fun, right? Brainstorming in a group setting where there's like this pew, pew, pew. So taking that in mind too, and just really maybe within you, there's this deep voice that has just been longing to be expressed. This week is just so supportive of that. And if that wasn't enough, we have the first full week. So by the 27th, that'll have been, so today, a first full week of Aries being in Saturn. And I want to invite you, like, think back on the week. What has happened this week? What has happened with your communication? What has happened with your foundations? What has happened with the way that you author your own life and how you speak it into existence? Like, there is a lot of Saturn in Aries, it's like really changing the way that we talk about manifestation. What does that word even mean? If you follow Patricia Albert, she in the Evolutionary Collective, she talks about this way of connecting in like is beyond the collective unconscious, and that she's drawing in, that you can draw in from the future. And so let that percolate for a little bit. Like, do you believe that you can align with the future version of yourself who already knows how to get where you want to go? And can you communicate with that version of you? Can you align with the resonance of what the future is or can be, and like step into that, attune to that feeling, that resonance? Lots here. There's a lot here. And also an opportunity to step into where and how you communicate with yourself, and where do you place yourself on your hierarchy of important people, and how do you speak to yourself about that? How important do you make your own personal nervous system regulation? So Saturn is about rules, and it's about foundations and boundaries, and Aries is very intrepid. It's very forward thinking. It's very, well, it's not so much forward thinking as it is impulsive. So it's the one that gets things rolling. It gets the ball rolling. So where do you want to start bringing in a new kind of foundation into your life with this week of it now? It's had a chance to settle in just a little bit, that maybe you're getting a better taste, a better feel for what the archetype of Saturn residing in Aries feels like in your own life. I'd love to hear if it has, if there has been, if this week has been particularly potent for anything. Absolutely would love to hear about that in the comments. So yeah, there's our astro weather. Lots of communicating, lots of thinking, lots of explosive. So that Mercury Cazimi, it's like maybe there's an opportunity to think before you speak too. So I definitely want to, let's bring us back to that. Like, take that time to pause and take a deep breath and just, is this true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? Have it pass through those three gates first. If it's true and it's kind and it's necessary, give her. If it's just true, but it's being delivered in an unkind way, that's just mean. That's just kind of a violence masquerading as authenticity. So the invitation is like, make sure you're bringing kindness into it. Be direct, be truthful, but deliver it with tact and diplomacy. Be really mindful of that when Mercury goes Cazimi. So, and that was on the 29th, May 29th, just to remind you. Okay, so let's jump in to the cards. They are pretty potent this week. I love it when we get cards that absolutely align with the astrology. So number one, this is what you've got, the Fool card. This has been coming up a lot lately. Doesn't surprise me because I personally have a shit ton of new beginnings happening. I don't know if you can see. No, you can't. There's a little puppy sitting on my couch, sleeping on the couch back there. So that's brand new. There's a lot coming up around when we step into new things. Vulnerabilities are going to show up. The Fool card speaks to that, right? It's pointing towards places where we might feel vulnerable, where we might feel out of control, where we might feel like we're going to look foolish, where any any discord, any inner like not okayness with looking foolish or not having the answers or doing it wrong, that's going to be coming up with the Fool card, because intrepid new beginnings cause us to feel wobbly. That is their very nature. I mean, he's right on a cliff, just about to walk right off a cliff. Hopefully he flies, right? But there's this thing about arriving for your own nervous system. So this has been the theme that's been running through my week, is recognizing all the places where I need out there to be okay so that my nervous system can regulate, and where what's happening is this recognition in a really visceral, tangible, like, it's one thing to know about this, but it's another thing when the rubber hits the road and you're actually like applying it in your real life in the midst of like chaos, right? How do I come back to self-regulation as being my keystone, right? The Fool cards, if you're going to start something new, if you're going to begin a whole brand new adventure, you need to regulate your nervous system in order to expand your capacity to handle the new situation. Otherwise, you're going to self-sabotage unconsciously, but it's a protective measurement, a protective measure that our body does, the mind does, to try to keep us safe. And you can try to ram yourself through that and try to like, affirm your way through. But the reality is, it almost starts to feel like, oh, a self-abusive thing to shove yourself through your own fears, bullying your body with your mind that tells yourself you shouldn't be scared. The Fool card, there's a softness with it. There's this loving consideration of like every time it starts to get like, pause, re-regulate. It's not a bad decision you made. It's a big decision. I used to use this a lot in real estate when people would write, clients would write an offer, right? Inevitably, like 2 or 3 or 4 in the morning, they would wake up in this cold sweat, like, oh my God, what have we done? Right. And so when I could frame it, like, hey, listen, likely that's going to happen. It's not that you've made a bad decision, you've made a big decision. And this is huge. This is part of the self-regulating practice of recognizing that when you've made a big decision to start something new, completely new, you're entering completely uncharted territory, or maybe it's familiar territory, but you're approaching it in a completely new way for you. Recognize that you're going to have anxiety. Recognize that old unhelpful patterns are going to come up. Before you throw in the towel, before you slide into old ways of handling stuff, pause and give yourself a chance to stretch and relax in a natural, organic way. Like just slow the fuck down and arrive for yourself again. And in that space, you create space. So yeah, I hope that landed. I would love to hear your comments. Like the video. If that landed, like the video, please comment down there. It super helps with the algorithms. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, so you don't ever miss one of these. They come out every week. It's handy, it's good, it's fun, it's delicious, and it's a beautiful way for us to grow this energy together as we step forward. All of us stepping forward into this whole new way of being human, this whole new way of communicating, this whole new question. Can we communicate telepathically? Can we communicate as a unity? Like these are some of the things, right? These are some of the things that are coming up. So something to consider. Card number two, we've got the Six of Pentacles. This is such a beautiful card. It's about generosity. It's about angel investors. Sometimes it's about you being the one, the benefactor, or, the beneficiary, the one that needs to receive from above. Reciprocity is what this card really points towards as well. The giving and the taking and the changing, if you need to, shifting your money mindset into recognizing how beautiful it is when you have more than enough, because then you can be generous. When you have more than enough, then you can be a benefactor. You can be an angel investor. You can help grow what feels in alignment with you, because we can't all do this by ourselves, right? It is a group endeavor. It requires all of us. And maybe some people have great ideas, but they don't have financial backing. Maybe some people have made a whole bunch of money in their life, but they're not really sure where to direct it. This card would maybe indicate that there's some opportunity arising in your world where funding meets idea making, or energy, that new energy to actually execute these great new ideas. Maybe there's some group projects that are going to start together where, somebody has the idea and somebody has the energy to do it and somebody has the finances to execute it all. And together they collaborate and build something beautiful. So the Six of Pentacles is this, it's a very beautiful card. It can also be like you're cleaning up karma, or you're creating more good karma, the pay it forward ripple effect. Like, doesn't that feel good? Like when it's even just something simple, like paying for the coffee behind you at the Timmy's drive-through or the Starbucks drive-through or whatever your situation is. Like, generosity begets generosity. Maybe it's just a smile. Like maybe your generosity is simply your smile, and that you're affording some grace and some connection, right? Like we live in a world that feels so deeply disconnected despite the enormous amount of connectivity we have. That real connection, offer some of that to somebody, maybe even a stranger, right? So yeah, there's a beautiful gift in that. Absolutely. There's your card number two, the Six of Pentacles. And the third one fell on the floor. So give me a hot minute. Oh. That's so professional. But this is what it's about, you guys. This is the real deal. I don't edit these because I don't have time, frankly. And I want you to see the reality. Like this, oh God, we're all just humans, right? We're humans. And sometimes we trip and we fall and we drop our cards and we, do silly things. So, anyways, here we go. Card number three, the Emperor. I love that these showed up like this. So we had the Fool card and then the Six of Pentacles and now the Emperor. Major Arcana, Minor Arcana, Major Arcana. The Emperor is all about stable foundations. It's about self-advocacy. It's the fourth card, like card number four in the Major Arcana. Fours are about structure. Like if you think about the shape of a four, it's very square, right? And four, if you think of four dots, makes a square. It's very solid, right? And the Emperor, if you want to tune in and tap into that energy of the Emperor, it's this, like, look at the imagery. So he's like sitting here on his throne, just very calm, grounded. There's this. So we've got the Fool card that's like, wee, starting this whole new journey. Then we have this beautiful reciprocity happening with the Six of Pentacles as it goes around and around, giving and receiving, giving and receiving. And then we have the Emperor. This is actually very much Saturn in Aries energy. Like the Saturn energy is strong. The Saturn vibes in the Emperor card, very strong. So, how do you want to show up in the world? Like, what does leadership mean to you? What is that divine sacred masculine, which would be the other energetic archetype with this? Like, when you attune to that, where do you feel it in your body? That, like, I just got this. You don't have to over explain it. There's an openness of heart. There's, the Emperor is the Empresses. So this number three arcana, Major Arcana, the Empress is like her counterpart or her partner, her husband. So this Empress energy, the Emperor is that structure that holds the space for her feminine essence. So where in you do you create structure and what does that look like? And can you tap into that resonance? If this was your card, that's where the invitation is. Maybe there's someone coming into your life who is a benefactor, if we're going to draw from this card, who's got the role of being this like the like the mentor or that calm presence that's just this beautiful leadership energy from that. Tap into that. Tap into that part in you. Maybe there's someone in your life externally that's mirroring that for you. This is a beautiful opportunity to connect with that within and to see it mirrored without and to just like relax into that. See where it takes you. See where you can show up for that energy. Like, yeah, so cool. New beginnings, funding, divine masculine energy as an archetype. Feel into that. See how it lands. Give me some love in the comments. I would love to get your perspective on this. Always love hearing how things go down for you. As always, my friends, please like, love, or share, subscribe, wherever that is. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. If you want a reading of your own, you can always find a link to my calendar down below in the description of the video, as well as one of the pinned comments. And lastly, you can DM me if that's easier. And if you've just got questions or you want to come up with a package that's maybe a little of this, little of that, I'm absolutely open to discussing that with you. This is all about self-development, self-growth, self-knowledge, and learning to attune to your own inner guidance system. That's what it's all about. So love you guys as always. Hope this landed. In the meantime, have an amazing week and know that I'll see you next Tuesday.